you today?
Good morning, Miss. Good.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, glad to hear that you are all doing well, and I hope you are all excited to have today's lesson. So before we begin today's lesson, let's pray together. So please have a moment to pray. Pray, begin. Pray, finish. Okay, now let's continue by checking your attendance. When I call your name, please raise your hand and then say present miss or yes miss to show me that you are here. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, Goldiva,
Present.
Zakia.
Present.
Okay, everyone is here. Great students. Now for today's lesson, we are going to focus on reading and vocabulary learning lesson, especially about we are learning about phrasal verbs in narrative text. So before that, I have a questions for you. So have you ever read a couple of words and then you find that the meaning is a bit confusing, even though you know the definition from each individual word separately?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Can you say the example?
Sit up.
Sit up, sit down,
Yes.
and then like pull over, and then yes,
Calm down.
calm down. Yeah, that's a great example, and that's called phrasal verbs, everyone. So phrasal verbs is the topic that we are going to learn today, and we are going to use these two websites, a very interactive and useful websites named Storyline Online, to identify phrasal verbs, and besides that, we are also utilize ReadLang to learn the definition of phrasal verbs. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so by the end of this lesson, after reading a digital narrative story using Storyline Online, you, grade 8 junior high school students, will be able to identify at least 3 new phrasal verbs that you find in the story, and then you'll be able to define what each new phrasal verbs means correctly. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, now let's get a closer look to what is a phrasal verb. So students, a phrasal verb is a combination of verb and another word. Usually is a preposition or an adverb. So when we combine this word, which is a verb and a preposition or an adverb, we can create a brand new meaning. So for example, like wake. Do you know the definition of wake? Bangun. Yes. In Indonesia, wake literally means bangun. But when we add a preposition up, becomes wake up, then the definition will change or shift a little bit differently, which means to stop sleeping, students. For example, in a brief sentences, he had to wake up early. He had to bangun dari tidur early. And then another example is look for. So in Indonesia, look means lihat. But when we add for, it becomes look for. The definition will change into to try to find, untuk mencari sesuatu. So you can see that the meaning is changed a little bit here because we combine another word into the verb. Another example is also in the original word give. So in Indonesia, give means memberi. But when we add up here, the definition will become to stop trying atau menyerah. And the example is don't give up on your goal. Jangan menyerah terhadap tujuan kalian. So this is about phrasal verb. So do you have any question? Is already clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now after this, you will practice by yourself to identify a phrasal verb in a website named Storyline Online. So this website is a useful and interactive website, students, where you can read so many different types of text, especially about narrative text. But since this website provides a video, I have provided a video for you with a text inside it. And what you need to do later, since this is reading lesson, you have to focus on the text. You have to read carefully the text, and I will give you this worksheet. What you need to do while you read the text, students, you can see that this worksheet consists of table, and this table consists of 4 columns. The first column here is word. So while you read, you will identify a phrasal verb in the text. and you have to list them down here. And then after that, you also write the sentence where you find the phrasal verbs in it, and then after that, you will write your guess about the meaning of the phrasal verb. And after that, this is the meaning, the exact meaning. You will write it later together with Miss Dania. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. This is for Multifa and this is for Zakia.
Thank you.
Okay. I will play the video, and as I have said before, you have to read it carefully and focus on the text. Got it? But besides that, you can also take a look at the illustration to help you understand the context better.
I have a dog.
Wait.
Exotic or special. I always thought he was a boring dog. What I mean is, he can fetch, roll over, and shake hands, but mostly he sleeps and eats. I used to think that our next door neighbors were the best dog in the world. Their dog can sing and change channels on TV. Their dog always wins medals for meetings. But I don't think their dog is so great now. Not since the night I followed my dog. Every night I let my dog out, and he runs off into the darkness with his tail wagging. The next morning I let him in, and he went straight for the football. But one morning I knew something was funny when I opened the door a little bit earlier than usual, and I saw my dog jump out of a limousine wearing a tuxedo. Before I could look twice, he disappeared into the balcony, and I opened the kitchen door and whistled. When he came into the house, he was the same as he always is, hungry. I really wasn't sure that I believed what I had seen, so that night I decided to follow him. I wore dark clothing so I wouldn't be noticed, and I left my bicycle near the door so I'd have it close by. When I let the dog out, I slipped out too. I took out the garbage so he wouldn't suspect anything. The dog went straight to his doghouse. I saw a light come on inside. Slowly, I snuck around the backyard and peeked into the doghouse. This was not the doghouse. Inside there was a living room, a bathroom, and a huge closet full of fancy clothes. The dog was in the bathroom. He was wearing a tuxedo and fumbling with the bow tie. When he came out, he casually walked out of the doghouse across the yard and down the street. I grabbed my bicycle and followed him. 2 blocks later, I saw a limousine pull over. The dog got in, and the car took off. I started pedaling faster. The car headed across town. I thought I would lose them, but luckily they were stopped by a few red lights. After a while, I found myself in a part of town that I had never seen before. The buildings all seemed to be empty, and it was very quiet. The limousine stopped. I hid and watched my dog get out. He peered into a building, and the limousine pulled away. There was nothing on the outside of the building, just 2 brass fire hydrants on either side of the entrance. I opened the door. At the hall, there was a neon sign that said, "The Doghouse." I crept closer. It looked like some kind of club. I decided to get a closer look. The moment I opened the door, 2 mean-looking bulldogs appeared and said, "You can't come in here." I didn't know what to say, so I said, but I saw my dog. I think my dog's in here. Just then, my dog walked over and said, "It's okay, boys. He's with me." The bulldog said, "Sure, boss. Whatever you say, boss." For a minute, that seemed like then my dog said, "I knew you'd find out eventually. Well, now you know. This is my place." I looked around. Finally, I asked, "What is this place?" My dog said, This is a place where dogs come after a hard day. It's a place where we can relax. It's a place where we can talk about our problems with the mailman or with the poodle next door. See all the sofas? We can sit on the sofas here. We can get treats without having to lie down, roll over, or play dead. And if we want to chew on a shoe or chase our tail, no one will stop us. They have no masters here, no leashes, and no rolled up newspapers. This is a place where dogs can be dogs. We sat down. A cocker spaniel came by and asked me if I would like a bowl of water or some biscuits. Little by little, dogs of all kinds started coming in. Some danced, some talked. They all looked at me a little funny, but when they saw who I was with, they smiled and shook my hand. At one point, my dog waved to an Afghan with the camera. She came over to our table and took a picture of us together. Being with my dog made me feel like a movie star. Just when I was really starting to enjoy myself, I looked at my watch. I told my dog I had to leave or I'd get in trouble. He nodded. I think he was about to say something, but a glamorous greyhound grabbed his paw and whisked him onto the dance floor. As he tossed me the photo of the 2 of us. Then he bowed slightly and disappeared into the crowd. It was way past my bedtime. As I pedaled home into the cool night, I thought to myself, now I'm really going to be in the doghouse. But then again, that might not be so bad. And
Alright, now you have done read the story. So the story title, The Night I Followed the Dog. I know I forgot to mention the title students. Now let's take a look at your work. So how many phrasal verbs that you can identify from the text? Six. And Zadia also six. Okay, great students. Now after this, you will share your phrasal verbs, your vocabulary bank into the class, and we will use another useful website named ReadLang. So this is the ReadLang website, students. This is a website where you can practice reading a text, and then it can also support your vocabulary learning because it has feature named direct translation, where I want you to share your vocabulary that you got, phrasal verbs, in front of the class, and then I will show you how we can utilize this website to support your vocabulary learning. So now I will model the feature for you. So for example, Miss Dania find phrasal verbs roll over. So is this phrasal verb, students?
Yes.
So what's the reason that it is considered phrasal verbs?
Because there is verb and preposition.
Yes, that's correct. Because it is combination of verb and preposition. And when you want to know the definition of these phrasal verbs, you just have to click the words this, and then the direct translation will pop up instantly. Got it?
Got it.
And besides that, you can also click this bar, this explanation bar, to get the further explanation of the phrasal verbs. For example, like roll over, the definition is perguling, and then besides that, you can also learn how to pronounce it like this.
Roll over. Roll over.
Roll over. Now, repeat after me. Roll over.
Roll over.
Roll over.
Roll over.
Okay, great. Now, and you can also read the further explanation of this phrasal verb context, and that's how you will utilize these features, students. Now, let's take a look at your work. You have already listed the phrasal verbs. Now, can I have Pontifa to share the phrasal verbs that you have already identified to the class? And when Pontifa share the vocabulary bank, please another students to also list down so that you can get more vocabulary bank. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. You can come forward, Pontifa, and then share to your friends.
I just have to read my word bank.
Yes.
Okay. First, pull over,
Yes, pull over,
runs off,
runs off.
jump out.
What the definition, what your guess about pull over?
Pull over, I guess the meaning is menepi.
Menepi, and then
Runs off is lari cepat.
lari cepat.
Jump out, it's just like keluar dari sesuatu.
Okay.
And then slip out like kepleset.
Kepleset. Okay.
And
Nice
pull
guess.
away is menjauh.
Menjauh.
Yes. And snap around, I don't know this.
Okay. You don't know the snap around. We will find it together. Okay.
Okay.
So you come here with me, and then you will practice it to find the definition of the phrasal verbs. So what's the first phrasal verbs?
Pull over.
Pull over. So pull over means menepi. Did you guess it right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's learn how to pronounce it.
Pull over.
Pull over.
Pull over.
Zakia, also repeat after me. Pull over.
Pull over.
Okay, now, is there any more?
I think I want to know what pull away means.
Okay, you can try to click the words. So, pulled away means
Menarik diri.
Okay, now let's learn how to pronounce it.
Pulled away.
Pulled away.
Pulled away.
Okay, now once again, once more.
Okay.
Did Do you find walk over?
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's find out. So walk over means berjalan ke atas. Okay, great. And how to pronounce it is
Walked over.
walked over. Walked over. Okay, thank you, Noldifa. You may sit down. Thank you for your sharing your phrasal verbs vocabulary. Now, can I have Zakia to share your vocabulary bank? So, what's the first phrasal verb that you find?
Roll over.
Roll over. Now, I think I know the place. Okay, roll over. So this is roll over.
Yes.
You want to practice it? So you have to click it, roll and over. Roll and over. Okay, I think there is a technical error here. So yeah, let's just review your. So roll over means berguling, and then runs off means berlari.
Oh, berlari.
And then jump out is to like getting out from something. And peek into is mengintip. Okay, that's great, Zakia. Thank you for sharing your answer. Now, after you share your vocabulary bank, let's practice using a flashcard feature. So this is a very interactive game, students. So what you need to do. So what you need to do is to guess the flashcard. So the flashcard will display a phrasal verbs, and what you need to do is to guess the definition of this phrasal verb. And we will take turns in answering this flashcard game. So who's the first who wants to answer?
Me.
Okay, Zakia. Raise her hand first. Okay, Zakia, what's the definition of pull over?
Berhenti.
Berhenti.
Wait. Menepi.
Okay, menepi. Let's check it. Yeah, that's correct. And then runs off. How about Noldifa?
Lari cepat.
Lari cepat. Okay,
That's correct.
lari. Yeah, that's also correct. Lari. And then slip out. Zakia,
Kepleset.
kepleset. Okay, let's find it out. Menyelinap keluar. So it's not kepleset, but menyelinap keluar.
Suaranya kayak kepleset. Slip.
Oh. Okay. And then snack around. Noldifa?
Iya, snack around. Kayak atau di smartphone.
Okay, we will check it out. Mengendap.
mengendap.
Okay, that's a great guess, but yeah, that's a great guess. You guessed it almost correctly. Now let's talk out, Zakia.
Mengambil.
Okay, let's check. Mengeluarkan. And then pull away.
Menjauh.
Menjauh. Okay, let's check it.
Menarik diri.
Yeah, that's a very walk over, Zakia.
Menghampiri.
Okay, let's find out. Berjalan ke atas. I think this is a technical error. This is not a phrasal verb, so we will then jump out. Ultima.
Out. Keluar dari sesuatu.
Okay, let's check it.
Melompat keluar.
Yeah, that's a great guess. Okay, now we have finished the flashcard quiz, and you did such a great job in learning the phrasal verbs and then to practice your understanding about the new vocabulary phrasal verbs using the ReadLang websites. Now, before we end today's lesson, let's have a moment to do reflection. Now, can I have someone to answer what we have learned from today's lesson?
Phrasal verb.
Phrasal verbs. So, what does it mean by phrasal verbs? A combination of verb and preposition that create a new meaning from the original word. And can you State 3 examples of phrasal verb that you have learned from the story that you read earlier.
Roll over.
Roll over means
Menepi.
and then
roll over.
roll over means
Berguling.
berguling, and then last
Pull away.
pull away, menarik diri. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay, students, you did such a great job for today's lesson, and thank you for your active participating. And see you in the next meeting.
See you. Thank you.